Hey everybody, how's it going? This is a little update video, starting firstly with the model you see here. This is my Council's Belial model for my pre-heresy Deathwing army. I'm going to be calling him Gabriel. I'm going to do all three variants of him. For those of you that don't know, you gotta field a special character Belial from the Dark Needles Codex to run a Deathwing list. He makes Deathwing Terminator choices in the troop choices. Secondly, he comes in one of three ways: Stormbolter Power Sword, or Stormbolter Master Crafted Power Sword, I should say, Twin Lightning Claws, or Thunderhammer Storm Shield. I made the Twin Lightning Claws version first because I think it looks really cool, especially using these Chaos Terminator Lightning Claws, which I wanted to use for him. But I use these Lightning Claws because I want him to stand out if I have him in a squad with other Lightning Claws in it, because the rest of my Lightning Claws are going to be used, or that I'm going to use, will be the standard Assault Terminator Lightning Claws. But also because I like the way it looks on this guy. But I won't be fielding him like this that much, and here's why. Since I'm going with a pre-heresy army scheme, I'm only going to be using regular Land Raiders, no Crusaders, or anything like that. The Dark Angel Codex doesn't have the Redeemer in it, so I can't even try and make up some fluff. Like, if I was playing Salamanders, for example, I guess I can make up fluff with the Land Raider Redeemer being in a pre-heresy army, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, regular Land Raiders. The Dark Angel's Land Raider transports 10 models. Terminator's can has 2 models. The squad size for Deathwing is 5. You do the math, you realize Belial doesn't fit in with them in the Terminator. In the Land Raider. So, he's going to be huffing it, or deep striking in. So, I'm going to want to use a Stormbolter because I like shooting a lot. But, I can see the wisdom in having him like this, deep strike in, potentially, and then charge in. But, that's neither here nor there. The point is, at least I have one model that I can start using. He is based to look like he stepped over a rebel barricade, maybe a makeshift defensive area, and like cutting down the people behind it and striding through the battlefield, essentially pushing forward. And I posed him to convey movement, which I think I get across with the legs that they give you and the positioning of his arms. Especially from behind, it looks like he's moving forward. But I wanted to convey movement. The bits I used: Standard Terminator torso, Dark Angel Terminator legs. So I believe from the veteran. I don't remember offhand if it's from the veteran kit or the Ravenwing kit. I believe it's the veteran kit though. The Lightning Claws are from the Terminator Chaos Lord. The shoulder pads and the helmet are from Max Mini. So for the other 2 models that I'm going to do to count as Belial, I'm going to have the same shoulder pads and helmet and legs, but the weapons will of course be different. And I think I'll try and keep with the same Terminator front chest piece, but if I don't, I don't really think it's going to matter that much. And the bases will be different. I have the bases themed to kind of go along with the weapon loadout. So we'll see how that goes. So that's the pre-heresy Deathwing commander, essentially, called Gabriel. I left the Terminator, or the Crux Terminalis little symbol here, because I figured that could just be a battle honor he's won during his time in the Crusade. And I left the Broken Sword here because I want that to be this particular, since it's pre-heresy being a legion, there are probably multiple companies of pure Terminators, or whatever you want to call it. So I figured to represent this particular battle group, they're the Broken Swords, is kind of, I guess, what you would call them, or their designation, for they fight where their fighting is thickest, and utterly destroy the opponent while they essentially break their weapons against their iron, or their armored might, I should say. I was going to say the iron hide, but that doesn't really sound very well. It sounds more like a transformer, because, well, iron hide was. But anyway, Broken Swords, because the enemy's weapons are useless. They break them upon his Terminators, and then they go and slaughter the opponent. That's the whole theme behind them, hence the Broken Sword emblem. So that's it for him. I do plan to start work on once I am able to devote more time to painting the Deathwing guys. I'm going to start bulk painting the standard Terminators, the guys you need for the army, the troop choices. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to start work on the the Stormbolt, the Power Sword version of Belial, and probably the Thunderhammer Storm Shield, just to have all three done and ready to go. So that's the update for that. On more Dark Angels news, I did start on the True Scale Space Marine. He's not quite as tall as where I wanted him to go, but I believe with the modifications still I have left to do, he should hit that mark or look decent enough. He's definitely bigger than normal, at least height-wise. But I kind of butchered the legs up really bad my first attempt, and so that's going to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this model my true guinea pig, and I'm going to work out doing full-on robes like the veteran Marines you see that Games Workshop offers. I'm going to look at them, study them, have one of them as a guide, and try and not replicate it, but just make my own robes. So if anybody has any tips for that, feel free to drop me a line on the PM or in the comments, because I'm kind of lost with doing the lower half of the robes. The top half of the robes, I have an idea of how to do it. It's the lower half that really throws me off. But anyway, so that's the Dark Angels news. I haven't forgotten about that. Also, my Iron Knights and Silver Skulls that I said I would do for the Combat Patrol list, because those are the guys who won. I still will do them. I haven't painted up any models for them, but I haven't forgotten. I hit kind of a wall with painting. Not that I'm not painting, it's just that I'm making a lot of very slow progress. So I will do them as well. So don't worry on that. I'll probably do another Sergeant or for the Iron Knights, and probably a Sergeant for the Silver Skulls. And soon. So be prepared for that once I'm able to. And the Battle Wagons, I have the bits ready to start painting. I think I'm going to spray base those bits, and I think my black spray can is almost out, so I have to check that out. Let's see what else is there as an update. That's pretty much it. I have other stuff I'm working on, but I don't want to talk about them now. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I will be I will be doing more work on my Hellguard. I don't know if I talked about them in the video before. I'll look around a little bit, and in the future maybe I'll do a little video on them. But anyways, that's pretty much it. Let me know if you like the model or not. I love the way it looks personally. I think I did a decent job in conveying movement. I just like how it came out, not came, because it doesn't make any sense. I really like the helmet. The helmets from Maximania in general, and these shoulder pads are really working out pretty well. One thing I will say in closing, see these cables here? When posing, particularly using these shoulder pads because they stick out like that, if you can use a little tack or dry fit it, get the pose to kind of where you want it while having a shoulder pad on the way you want it as well. Just something to keep in mind. These Chaos Lightning Claws can have very big cables, but pretty much all of the Terminator arms have some type of cabling. So when you're posing them, keep that in mind. That way you don't get a really cool pose, but the shoulder pads don't really fit the way you want it. Just something to keep in mind, because the standard Terminator shoulder pads don't really get in the way. These kind of do a little bit because they stick out more. But that's pretty much it. And leave any questions or comments in the comment section, or send me a PM. And until next time, take it easy.